Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about two problems that you can have in this world today. As we push forward in an economy that truly threatens a lot of people, depending on your mindset, depending on your business mindset, I wanted to shift gears and I wanted to talk about two problems that honestly, I'm not going to put it in the title because a lot of people would say that's clickbait, but this is what people truly don't want you to know. And I'm addressing it today. I think this is one of my more important videos that I've ever released. And those two problems are not having enough money. That's the first one. Or having too much money, which is the second one. There are two types of problems that you can have in this world. And you choose your problems. That is the most powerful thing that I can say to someone, but it's the most truest statement as well. A lot of people are saying, I don't choose to not have a lot of money. And also, can't someone be in the middle? Well, no, absolutely not. Because if someone's in the middle, they probably don't have enough money. Here's why. Because there's a want for something. You long for something if you're in the middle. And that means you don't have enough money to afford it. Right? Another thing is the word afford being used when it comes to saying I don't have enough rather than how can I? And a lot of people who are making money, whether it's through their business or through their investments, what I see now is a trickle-down effect to where their home that they live in is becoming their quote-unquote biggest asset, whereas they don't see it as a liability. And I see that as a problem as well. If not one of your assets is ever bigger than your home, you will never be as rich as you claim you want to be. The type of people that I look up to, their home could never be their biggest asset. The type of people that I look up to, their assets significantly outweigh anything that they could ever buy. Some people look up to their fathers, their uncles, their brothers, sisters, mothers. And then you'll see them with their multi-million-dollar home. And their assets are half of that. Whereas I want my assets to more than triple my primary residence, because my primary residence is not an asset. Right now, it's currently an asset because it's being house hacked, because I'm turning it into multiple streams of income. The way I'm structuring deals, the way I'm structuring loans now, using seller financing, using house hacking, using full-term leases, 1-year leases, using month-to-month leases, using mid-long-term leasing strategies, investing in the stock market, doing dividend drip investing, compound interest, utilizing debt to its full advantage. And then I think about the banks. How do I operate like a bank? How do I operate in the space of big business? Not like people, but how do I operate my life as a business? The banks are now paying me nearly 4% interest, more than I've ever received in my life from a bank, to hold on to my money. I take my money out, they're offering cash bonuses to throw it right back in. The banks are crying, they're pleading for my money because they don't trust the everyday consumer, because they don't trust the everyday person with finances. They don't trust people to pay them back on time. And so they'll pay a premium at 4% for your money to be sitting there so that they can utilize it. But what they also do is they pay that premium because they can charge a higher interest rate now on those who are qualified buyers. So they're getting the best buyers right now to pay the most money for whatever project they decide to partake in. With more stringent rules, more stringent requirements, and less money in the banks than ever before, they're trying to now pump more money to the best borrowers that they can possibly get. Yes, the people with the 800 credit score that have no assets, only liabilities, who will continue to pay them because they don't want their credit score to be messed up, so that they can continue to be a slave to the bank rather than be the bank's partner. How do you become a bank's partner? Well, that's a story for another day. But essentially, you determine how much money you make in this life. Even when it comes to your everyday job, you decide whether or not you walk in there and you clock in. Some people don't have a choice. But every single day that I get up and go to work is a choice. Every single day that I clock in for a paycheck is a choice. Every single day I decide to release my apartment, my properties, is a choice. Every single day I decide whether or not I evict someone is a choice. It's money versus feelings versus business. Every single day versus happiness. I make a choice because I have a choice. And what I choose, I always choose the hardest choice. If it's an eviction, it's tough, but I want better, so I'll do better. If it's work, it's tough, but I want better, so I might clock in. If it's business, it's tough, but I'll acquire this asset. In a time where rates are at 6.5%, 3 times higher than when I was purchasing before, to think about buying properties, to think about acquiring anything in this market is a big risk when the whole world is telling you, wait 18 months. But you see, it's always a good time to buy for someone. There's always money to be made in an upturn and in a downturn. If you're not searching for it, someone else is the one who makes multiple millions during this transition. I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to limit my growth, limit my mindset, limit my potential. But that does not mean that I do the same things that I've been doing. That means I must transform. That means I must re-educate myself. That means I must find new ways to enhance my pockets, enhance my business. And that's how you become rich. That's how you have money problems. That's when you have to now spend money in order to avoid paying taxes on that money. That's when you must reinvest into your businesses in order to avoid taxes. That's when you have too much money. That's when you're too rich. That's when you have those type of problems. Pay the IRS or pay yourself. This is what a lot of people don't want you to know. This is what a lot of people don't want you to realize. This is what a lot of people don't want your mindset to shift into. Well, I'm here to tell you the choice is yours. Every single day you make that choice. Every single day. Assets, liabilities. It's a liability to have your money in the bank. But also acknowledge what the banks are doing right now. 3.75% is what some of these banks are paying in a high interest yield savings account. How are you going to maximize your profits? I thought about it. After a year, let's say $10,000, what is that? Almost $375 a year or so? 20,000, you're at like 700 or so. I mean, at some point, what can $10,000 do for me in the stock market? What can $10,000 do for me in an investment? Surely I could make far more. And so just thinking about that and utilizing that to your advantage, you will see there are so many more ways to maximize your income potential rather than saying, oh, wow, 4.5% interest rate, I should jump on that. So, I mean, my brothers and sisters, as you watch this, what do you want to be? Are you scared? Are you terrified? You should be. Because people who are scared and terrified typically make the best decisions for them. Even as I invest now in these uncertain times, I'm scared, I'm terrified. And that's what typically helps me to make the best decision. When your stomach is hurting, when it's like a pit in your stomach, and you say, you know what, this deal is too good to pass up anyway, that's when you know you've hit the lottery. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It was heavy on my mind, and I really wanted to get this out to you all. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.